in a statement signed by Fritz Moses, its research analyst, that for the November 2nd pricing window, and based on the 1.54% decrease in the price of international benchmark Brent crude, the 2.40% increase in price of gasoline, the 0.74% increase in gas oil price, and the 0.16% depreciation of the local currency against the US dollar, the Institute for Energy Security foresee prices of fuel remaining stagnant for the window, despite the increase in price of finished products. In its review of the November 1st pricing window, it's noted that right from the beginning of the window, prices of petroleum products recorded significant upward reviews from the major oil marketing companies OMCs, with Total Petroleum Ghana leading the charge. It's noted that prices of gasoline and gas oil at the pump increased by roughly 10 pesos per litre, in spite of the suspension of the price stabilization and recovery levy by the National Petroleum Authority. Meanwhile, the price increases recorded brings the national average price of fuel per litre in Ghana to 6.81 Ghana cedis per litre for gasoline, that's petrol, or 6.79 Ghana cedis for gas oil, diesel, from 6.64 Ghana cedis for both gasoline and gas oil. Now, ahead of the budget reading in Parliament by the Minister of Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, today, the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, has asked him not to announce the approval of the reversal of 50% benchmark policy the business community do enjoy on their goods. Speaking to Maritime and Port News, President of the Association, Dr. Joseph Boateng, said already businesses are under serious distress due to the global effect of the coronavirus pandemic. He feared that the pandemic has caused world commodity and freight charges to shoot up to very abnormal levels, therefore increasing the cost of doing business in the country.
Businesses have started showing fatigue in tax payment, and we are not prepared any longer to absorb any additional layer of cost into the way of doing business. I've already told you the issues at the port. Port levies and taxes have gone up astronomically, where commodity prices have gone up astronomically high. We have the freight charges that have also gone up. So this is not the time for anybody to think about any tax increment or duty increment or some sort. We cannot take it. Like I also said, in the wake of COVID, if essential commodities like food, other essential commodities get increased, then you are punishing the people who need to eat to be able to fight this disease. So it will not be in consonance with the president's own policy direction to fighting the pandemic, which people are also suffering. The final consumers, they are handicapped.
President of the Association, Dr. Joseph Boateng. In the same development, the Spare Parts Dealers Association has expressed shock at calls by the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, for government to review the 50% and 30% benchmark value policy of some 32 selected items. According to the AGI, the 50% benchmark value is forcing producers out of business as imported goods are rather becoming cheaper. But the secretary of the Spare Parts Dealers Association, Eric Anti, has said that the position by the AGI is unfair as local industries also import goods. He has therefore warned that there will be a 25% increment in prices if the government reviews the benchmark value. If you just join us, you're listening to Maritime and Port News. On the international front, severe congestion across major airports appears to be hampering air cargo volumes. According to the latest research from Cliff Data Services, dynamic week-on-week global load factors fell 1.5% in the week to 10 November. The same week saw a 5.5% fall in global capacity, which should indicate higher load factors, but it seems demand fell. While anecdotally, forwarders are reporting strong demand for air freight as the peak season takes off, the data suggests congestion on the ground is curbing volumes. Cliff data shows volumes out of Shanghai, which has been restricted during China's International Import Expo, with permission for charters denied, fell 16%, while Southern China volumes fell 12%. Hong Kong appeared to take up some of the slack, with volumes up 16% and volumes out of Europe fell 10%. Airports across the US and Europe, notably JFK and New York, Heathrow and Frankfurt, are facing severe delays as handlers battle the shortage of labor. But according to Fraport, the operator of Frankfurt Airport, there are other issues preventing the fast processing of shipment. He said the character of freight transport has changed, with persistently high volumes becoming the new normal for both scheduled and charter traffic. Other than that, congestion has been compounded by shortage of drivers and handlers. Now, the spokesperson at Frankfurt Airport said the entire logistics industry and other service sectors are looking for more staff, not only airport operators. The off-airport movement of cargo is compounded by the shortage of thousands of truck drivers in European countries. And finally, the Wall Street Journal report indicates the cost to move a container across the Pacific fell by more than 1/4 last week, the biggest decline in 2 years. This applies to premium, not contract buy rate. Most flowing importers don't buy at this premium rate. The decline signals that the huge demand for Asian export is easing. Executives say it will be months before the logjam of ships outside of the US port clears up. With most products at least on their way, space is gradually opening up on the front end of the trip, leading to the lower prices. However, the congestion at the US port continues as dozens of ships packed with everything from Christmas trees to electronics and heavy machinery are still waiting for weeks to unload at big gateways like Los Angeles and Long Beach. Cliff shipping executives say they do not expect the traffic to ease until February at the earliest. So that will be all for this morning's edition of Maritime and Port News. Maritime and Port News is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Shippers Authority. They provide